Oh man, we're back at it. We're still grinding. We're still grinding the season away. Pretty much wish we could get rid of Ricky Rubio. I'm about sick of him. Um, his stat line always reads 1 for 9, 3 for 12. I mean, he gets a lot of dimes, but his stat line is never good in the points scored. Um, that's neither here nor there. What we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about a couple of things. We're going to talk about the second season of The Walking Dead, not the TV show, the video game done by Telltale. We're also going to hit on the game from Telltale called The Wolf Among Us. But first and foremost, we're going to talk about this home that's up for sale. And before we get into it, we already know pretty much. You've been with me for a while. We already know that I believe in the paranormal. Don't know if you've seen the TV shows, Celebrity Ghost Story, A Haunting, Paranormal Witness. I think Paranormal Witness is probably my favorite, but we already know where I stand in with the paranormal. I am pretty much what's that old saying, the fight or flight mentality. When you're dealing with something of an otherworldly nature, I'm pretty much straight flight. Not worried about anything else but self-preservation. I saw The Exorcist. Wasn't cute. Don't want to be a part of that. Don't ever want to be a part of that. So that's where we stand. And you've heard my ghost story. You heard my corn maze story. So, ladies, yeah, I'm willing to leave you in the middle of a cornfield with no hesitation, no self-regard. I'm willing to do that, and after the fact, I won't be proud of myself. I'm not gonna be proud of myself, but yeah, I'm doing that. But I'm being real. It's like Kevin Hart, pineapples. I'm being real. That's what I'm gonna do. I will leave you, and we'll talk about it later, and see what we can do to, not ever let that happen again. This house is pretty much it's when you see it from the outside and you see the inside, it is pretty much gorgeous. No lie. It is a remarkable looking house. I have no idea. Well, I'm pretty sure I have an idea why they want to sell it, but it is gorgeous. And I've always thought when watching, I gotta try to get through all this stuff. When watching Paranormal Witness, A Haunting, any of these shows, I've always thought when these people buy houses, they end up, even Celebrity Ghost Story, that turn out to be haunted. Is it ever in the description? Do people ever say, hey, yeah, we just put down new hardwood floors, you got new appliances, things of that nature. We just put up a back fence. We're gonna leave the house furnished. It's a little haunted, and then also the attic has enough space in it. I mean, you guys can renovate it and use it for a studio. Anything you want. The garage is gorgeous. You might hear some knocks in there, but that's really nothing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there are a lot of things you guys could do with this house. I'm wondering, does that ever happen to these couples that buy these houses? I've watched all of these shows called of American Haunting, and I have never. That's a lie, not never. There was one time I remember a couple had to buy a house, and their hand was forced because they were trying to get. They were leaving, and they needed a place to stay, and their funds weren't where they needed to be, and they ended up having to do a quick sale on this house. And the people told them, they were like, hey, blood flows from the walls, it ain't cute, you're gonna hear noises and moanings at night, and good luck to you. They told them it was haunted. They said, this is really real, this is what's happening, and peace be with you. So they knew what they were getting into. The rest of these people and places I watch Celebrity Ghost Story, they never talk about that, hey, yeah, this house was haunted we saw it and we were just like, hey, what the hell? I don't give a damn. We're going in. But let me get to the description, because I could ramble on about haunting and ghosts like all day long, and that's not what we're gonna do, because I do really want to talk about The Walking Dead. The description starts out like this: built in 1901. This Victorian, before I even go in for it, built in 1901. Those are red flags for me. Red flags. Anything over 100 years old, you are unequivocally, you're haunted. I don't care what anybody says, you're haunted. There is nothing good about that house. You are freaking haunted. Just demolish it and build me a new one. I don't want anything to do with that. Built in 1901, this Victorian home in the Hollywood section of Dunmore features 1,850 square feet of living space with an additional 1,350 square feet of partially finished space. Original hardwood floors throughout the entire home. 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, off-street parking, freshly painted, new molding throughout entire first floor. Now, if you were looking for a house and you heard this, now this house is on sale for, let me get the numbers. 144,000. So it's not, that's not bad. And I guess like the monthly mortgage for that is like, that's like $569. It's like my truck payment. That's not bad for a monthly mortgage. It's like a good starter house. This would be like great for a family. But here's where it gets funky. I don't know how you write this in here, but this is how they wrote it. The first sentence, because it has a period at the end, is slightly haunted. How in the hell is something slightly haunted? I've never heard that before. Nah, it's only haunted, man, during the 3rd and the 4th of the month. The rest of the time, you good to go. You know, them just gonna be on them Mondays and Wednesdays, so you ain't gotta worry about nothing. What the hell is slightly haunted? So I'm definitely not buying this house. The next sentence reads, nothing serious though. What the hell? When is a haunting not? In my mind, if anything is out of place, if you got cabinets and doors open and closing and shit, let me tell you something. There ain't nothing. Everything is serious about that. Everything. Nothing serious though. The sounds of phantom footsteps, a strange knocking sound, followed by a very quiet, hardly noticeable, even scream at 3:13 a.m. Maybe once a week. Did you hear what I said? Maybe. Hardly noticeable. So how did you notice it? It's hardly noticeable. And it's a scream at 3:13 a.m. And maybe it only happens once a week. Twice a week, tops. So they're lying to me already. I already know, reading this place is haunted. People got their heads spinning. Green pea soup is spitting out of people's mouths. And shit is not kosher. I'm not happy about this already. Twice a week, tops. And the occasional, get this, the occasional ghastly visage lurking behind you in the bathroom mirror. Slightly haunted just turned out to be a gosh darn poltergeist. What in the hell is a ghastly visage lurking behind you in the mirror? I don't like anybody in the bathroom with me, let alone something that's ghastly and that's a visage. I don't even know what visage means. What the hell does visage even mean? But apparently it's lurking and it's in the bathroom when you're looking in the mirror. I don't like that shit. Even still, this occurs very rarely and only in the 2nd floor bathroom. So we are to assume you really don't have 2.5 bathrooms. You have 1.5 or you have 1.0 bathrooms, because the other one is haunted with a ghastly visage lurking behind me in the mirror. And this is as smooth as you can get as writing this. After it says, you know, even still, this occurs very rarely and only in the second floor bathroom. They hit you with this so you can forget everything else. First floor features large living room with an open staircase, stainless glass window, and a large picture window. Large dining room with bay windows, a study slash library with another stained glass window, and a secret door bookcase, which leads into a small office. Kitchen features gas top stove built in. I don't know what the hell this little secret bookcase thing, small office. I'm pretty sure that people have gotten murdered back there, and that's not. I don't like this. I don't. Well, it's like I said. I commend these people for being honest and saying this is what happens, because the show that I watch and it happened to these people. Every time at the end of the show, it'll say these people got help, blah 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 blah. They have to deal with this no more longer, or it'll say these people got help and shit is still hitting the fan. It is not safe. They can't live there anymore. They're staying in a hotel. They'll usually say that, and I can respect these people for that, because some of these people that move into these houses, they don't have the means to leave. And if this stuff is happening, I mean, I'm telling you right now, if anything of this nature happens in a house that I live in, my main thing is leaving. You can have the house, sir. Apparently you don't want me here, and I don't want to be here if you're here. So with that being said, you take the house, I'll get my bags, and we'll get the hell up out of here. That's how I feel. I only have a minute and 19 seconds left to finish this off. What I wanted to say is I wanted to play The Walking Dead Part 2 so bad, but apparently they didn't make it for the PS4, which really sucks. So with that being said, I'm not going to get a chance to play it. I'm going to have to elaborate on this a lot more in my next video. So I'm not even going to put The Walking Dead on in the screen. So yeah. All right. Like I always say, if you don't sub, at least like.
Yeah, sure. What's going on? Thanks. I'm just trying to do everything I can to show Coach and you guys that I deserve the spot. Yo, I cannot argue with that. If we can get anywhere close to the level of success those guys had, woo, that'd be amazing. Yeah, for sure. Hey, I'm down to do whatever it takes. All right. Hey, I'll do my best. Like I said, I'm just trying to win some